this is television.
I really don't like this ball position because I don't think
Aaron Rodgers.
there really isn't another.
You know, it's a great experience for me and my family. I'm just happy that they're able to make the trip over here and spend it with me.
Here's the commissioner. With the 5th pick in the 2015 NFL Draft, the Washington Redskins select Brandon Scherff, tackle, Iowa.
Why, he just looks like one of those Iowa linemen. You know, that to come in, he looks mean. He can play a bunch of positions up there. And so his versatility and his pro readiness, if that's the right word, to come from Iowa. You like this pick for, I think you know the coach, your brother?
This pick makes me want to coach again, Lewis.
Nice.
He is a physical, nasty tone setter. And new offensive line coach Bill Callahan, who comes to the Redskins from Dallas, took a guy like this last year in Dallas in Zach Martin. But Scherff is a physical tone setter. He can wear you out as a run blocker. And with Alfred Morris running that zone stretch scheme, expect the Redskins to run it to the left. And I know Jay Gruden a little bit. He wants to bring back some of the history of the Washington Redskins. And if you want to do that, you got to have the Hawks, man. And Brandon Scherff, a very complete offensive tackle at Iowa that has been well trained by Kirk Ferentz, will bring something to the Redskins that they haven't had in a long time, Mel.
I'll tell you what, talk about an athlete. Quarterback as a sophomore. He threw for 1,200 yards in high school. Was a punter, offensive lineman, defensive lineman his final 2 seasons. Baseball, track, shot put, discus, done it all. You think about 6'4 and a half, 320. You say, well, his arms aren't that long. They're long enough. He's got huge hands, mean, nasty finishes, tremendous run blocker, and I think he's got pretty good feet. I think he's underrated in pass protection. And John, you made this point year after year. Lewis, we talked about it. Not a lot of great left tackles in this league. That's the misnomer. Everybody thinks there's 20 great left tackles. You'd be hard pressed to find 5. And Brandon Scherff, I think, can be a left tackle. At worst, a right tackle. This kid can play the tackle spot. He's not pigeonholed into being a guard automatically.
Yeah, and in a draft here where we're talking about character left and right when it comes to players, this is another guy whose character is platinum. It's A+. When you think about the fact that you plug him in over on the left side, let's just assume they put him there with Trent Williams. That's a nasty left offensive line side right there. And the last thing I'll say about this speaks to Scott McLuhan. This is the best player available, going true to your board, despite the fact that, hey, you don't usually pick guys who are tackles who may convert to guard this high up in the draft, but this is staying true to your board. This is why they hired Scott McLuhan. This is why he needed to be in charge there. Great pick for the Redskins.
Well, Mel, you mentioned he was a quarterback in high school. Now, I mean, I think we ought to reiterate, there's a great story in Denison, Iowa, of why he didn't finish up his high school career as quarterback, because he was like 280, 290, and the center was 190. And the coach was afraid on a quarterback sneak, he was going to clobber his own center. And we can't have our quarterback outweigh our center by 100 pounds. So he went onto the offensive line, and the rest is history.
They just said, we want you to be a Redskin. I was like, absolutely. I would love that. And I talked to Coach Callahan, and he said he loves the way I play, and they can't wait to get me out there. Dream come true. You know, ever since I was a little kid, I've always wanted to do this. And first it was playing college football, and I set a new goal for myself. And just seeing that phone ring on the table, it was just a big weight lifted off your shoulders. And it's like, yeah, now you can figure out what we're doing next. Yeah, absolutely. You know, you can't give up on your dreams. You have to set things that you want to achieve and just go after them. Don't let anybody tell you no.